dropped in the middle of a cold night in 1984, but the Colts are back, and we're underway in Baltimore.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Richardson now on second down.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
On third down, here's Richardson.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Gay's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's the option play now to the left. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense probably starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26.
Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Indy. And even 60 yards. Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gay is on for the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Hurt! Right there, hurt!
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And 3 yards on the carry there as this defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, now we look at the defense. They came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Colts continue to pull away here in this first half.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Second down, here's Richardson.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Touchdown, Colts. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Colts extend their lead yet again.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And now here is another interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Hey, check that, street.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
A final shot before the half. Richardson
going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
That's hot.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. And this one's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Jackson going to run again.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. But they're going option play on 3rd down.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. They're able to locate Andrews here on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
From the 7 now, it's 3rd and goal.
They'll go option to the short side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens get a bit closer. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down. And
he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Colts have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Flowers. Past the 20. Touchdown. A great play there. 75 yards.
And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
This is taken way up at the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Richardson on 2nd and 10.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson out of the shotgun. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Now Richardson.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchdown. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll run with Dobbins. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 4 yards out. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. On the draw is Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Jackson on first down. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will bring it back.
back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. Eight.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8.
Touchdown, Colts! A great effort there. 32 yards.
And the Colts are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Taken at about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but this...
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by a Caleb Evans.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Jackson.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson now. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
All right, I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He finds his man, complete. It's Day. The 30. 10. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now Jackson on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Day. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Called it a very strong gain of 24. From the gun, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. A nice throw there.